Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope your Monday is treating you well. We are just a few days away from real NFL football. We are less than a week away from real Seahawks football. And this week is going to be about setting up the schedule, basically establishing what kind of videos you can expect to see on the channel once the season starts. And if you guys have been with me for a while now, you guys know what to expect on Mondays, but we're going to go over it in a little bit of detail today. So Monday, most of the time, is the day after the Seahawks game. Not always. Most of the time, the Monday after a game is the day where you really kind of have an opportunity to try to understand what you're supposed to take away from a game with a little bit of distance from it. So there will probably be a couple of videos on most Mondays just about that. Like the first video of the day will probably be a rundown of some major takeaway from that game. Could be a lot of different things. We don't know what it's going to be from game to game. We don't know what it's going to be from week to week. But we usually have a pretty good idea that it's going to be something like, oh, this player got hurt. What can we do to mitigate that? Or we saw this thing happen in this game that we may have not been expecting. What should that do to our expectations going forward? And then later in the day, there will probably be another video filling in the details of whatever injuries we sustained in that game. Like, let's say we know that 3 or 4 players came out of that game a little bit banged up. Monday might be the day where we get some details, and we'll probably get a video out of that. So that's kind of what you can expect on Monday for starters. That's kind of the obvious stuff. There are also going to be 2 Pro Football Focus videos on most Mondays. I like to go through the Pro Football Focus numbers on offense and defense. And I think that it's valuable to some people. I know there are plenty of people out there who don't take Pro Football Focus very seriously. I know there are some people who do not trust them at all, but I think they provide valuable information even when they get things wrong. Like, some of their data is objective. Their grades are subjective. A lot of what they do, though, is objective. And they also do a lot of stuff that, unless you're paying for Pro Football Focus like I am, you can't see. So some people appreciate the transparency into some of their more metric-based numbers. So we're going to do one video for the offense, one video for the defense. That's going to be on Monday. And then we do the other Monday tradition. Most of you guys know this one. We do Snap Count Monday. And Snap Count Monday has been a tradition on the channel for several years now. Basically, we take a look at how many total snaps the team played on offense. And we also do defense, right? We have offense and defense. How many snaps did the team play on both sides? So that's the first bit of information you get, and it's very valuable. Is the offense hanging the defense out to dry? Is the defense getting off the field quickly? Is the offense doing a good job holding onto the ball? If your offense has more plays than your defense, you're probably doing something really good. If your defense has more snaps than your offense, that could be concerning. Obviously, context matters, but that is something we're going to track throughout the season. There have been years in recent memory where the Seahawks, by the end of the year, have played like a whole extra game worth of snaps on defense because the defense couldn't get off the field and the offense couldn't stay on the field. Before I go any further into this, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Sleeper. Have you heard about the Sleeper app? It is the best way to experience and connect over sports together with other users. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. Go download the app now. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with others. You can get the fastest scores, news, and alerts, all that right at your fingertips. And of course, you can play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. So you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be, together. Download the #1 sports app today. And when you go, use promo code SBN, that is SBN, and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. So check out Sleeper today. Don't forget promo code SBN. But we also go a little bit deeper than that. We look at the individual snap counts of players. Like, for instance, running backs. How many snaps was Ken Walker on the field? How many snaps was Zach Charbonnet on the field? How are they dividing the snaps up in the backfield? Same with a guy like Kalani, and now, of course, Robbie Oots. How often are these guys getting on the field? How are things getting split up? How is the team managing their players? And what are they doing to make sure that nobody is getting exhausted and nobody's getting wasted? And I think this stuff is really important, both generally and specifically. You do not want your players to wear down by the end of the year. You want everybody to be as fresh as possible, and that requires rotations. So basically, this video series keeps track of the rotations and makes sure that everybody's getting a shot out there. We do running backs, of course. We also do wide receivers. Wide receivers this year, I think, are going to be extra interesting because we're running the Kubiak offense that is not very wide receiver heavy. So the way in which the receiver snaps gets mixed up is definitely worth monitoring. Tight end, that should be very interesting as well, especially if we're really going to have basically five tight ends. 4 if you count Brady Russell as a fullback. Offensive line, now, in an ideal world, it's just going to be these 5 guys who play, but it usually doesn't work out that way. The good news is we're not rotating. The bad news is players still get hurt. And when these guys get on the field, we'll track it and track how much. And as the year goes on, we're going to build up some data on how much we're playing certain players and what the splits are. Defense, same thing. We got the defensive line. This one is pretty simple. Very important position to keep a clean rotation at. Linebacker, probably going to be pretty clean here. Jones and Knight will play close to every snap. But if somebody gets hurt, then Thomas gets to play. Maybe somebody else gets to play as well. If we officially add, I think it's Chaz Surratt to the roster, I'll include him here as well. But as of me making this video, which is very late, or actually early Monday morning, I didn't see him on the Seahawks.com depth chart, but he will be added, assuming he is on the team. And by the way, that goes for any other position, obviously. If somebody gets added to the team, then they get put on. Edge rusher, very important to keep a clean rotation here. We'll track how many snaps each player's getting and what portion of the total number of snaps they're getting. Cornerback, same deal. And usually, I imagine Spoon and Woolen are going to play every snap. And then we'll see what happens with guys like Job, Griffin, and Pritchett. But that's going to be interesting to monitor. And the safety thing, again, Love and Bryant probably play every snap. That's not that interesting. But how much Emin plays. And Emin is not only going to play safety, but he's going to play some safety. Mostly probably going to play cornerback, honestly. But how much does he play, period, is going to be interesting. All right, that's really pretty much all that need be said. That's your Monday, right? You're going to have an early morning immediate reaction to the game video. You're going to get 2 Pro Football Focus videos. You're going to get Snap Count Monday. You're going to get, probably by the end of the day, a rundown of where the team sits as they go into their week before the next game in terms of injuries. I think most Mondays, that's going to take care of it. There could occasionally be another thing, but honestly, for the most part, our Monday is pretty well plotted out already. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys later. Go Hawks.